How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today is my biggest garage update ever. Now, for those of you new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys like it, and subscribe if you like what you see. I certainly like what I see. These are all my cars. They're in my driveway, and also in my garage, and also in my driveway on the other side. And I just wanted to go over a little bit of an update as far as what cars are leaving, what cars have left, and what cars I got. Now I'm doing this video because my Lamborghini is actually at the body shop right now getting a lot of work done, and I do mean a lot. I actually don't know when it's gonna get done. Hopefully it'll get done in time for a reveal, but I have a big announcement to make just in a personal sense because I am going on vacation in a few weeks for a few weeks. So when I leave, the channel is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a little less of the build videos and a little more of reviews and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys like it. But before I do that, I wanna make sure you guys are as hyped as I am for when I return. So I wanted to go over all the cars and let you know what the status is on all of them, and maybe even expose a few of my own secrets. So let's start outside. This is my 2007 Mercedes-Benz S600. This used to be Tyler Hoover's car, and now it is my car. It is my daily driver. I love it to bits. It's crazy powerful. It has 600 horsepower and 700 foot-pounds of torque. V12, twin turbo. It is just amazing. Take a look at this. A little bit dirty, but it is in great shape. I think it has 160 some odd thousand miles. Oh yeah. Got some tools in the back because I do use this as a parts hauler every once in a while. But I love this thing. Now, the only thing I have to do on this is just some maintenance. I definitely have to clean the wheels. The brake dust is caked on pretty good. And I have new tires for it. These tires actually have a slight leak in them, the front tires at least. And these are Continental, Conti, whatever, it doesn't even matter. I have brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's for this car front and back. And that's what I have to take care of, but also I have to take care of a little bit of body work, not even body work per se, but just this. You can see I got the car like this, and the double-sided tape just kind of came off, so I'll have to retape this, and I also have a new panel right here. But other than that, the car is pretty much mint. I would like to do a few things as far as getting this a little bit on the cooler side, maybe getting an intercooler for the twin turbo system, because these do run a little bit hot. Not in terms of engine temperature, but in terms of charge air temp. I want to make sure that I'm not pulling timing, because as I've learned in the Lamborghini video when I was tuning it, timing is very, very important to make power, and this makes a lot of power. But let's go over to that. This is my 2003 Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG, and just like all my other cars, I love it, love it, love it. Now, this is getting a 6-speed manual conversion, but unlike other updates that I've just talked about it, I actually have the part available here. So let me show you what I got. So straight from Budapest, I have this guy right here. This is a BMW 530D transmission. It's a 6-speed, and it's very well equipped to handle a lot of torque. And not only do I have that, but I have a twin disc clutch right here. Not sure if you can see all this stuff, but twin disc clutch, a custom flywheel. This is going to be what mates the transmission to the engine, and all this is courtesy of Amon Oliver. It did take a while longer than I thought. It took about a year just to get everything together, but it should work a treat. Now, I do have to get a few new parts. I have to get a new throwout bearing, because this just looks like a junkyard one, but this transmission looks like it's in great shape. I am going to get a shifter and whatnot, but yeah, I can't wait to get that on. So that's going to be coming up in the next few months, but for right now, what I'm planning on doing with this car is just cleaning up all the body work. So I have a little scratch right there, and there's quite a big sizable dent on this panel. So I have to clean up the bodywork, and I also want to get some new wheels, because these wheels, as you guys might know, I'm not a huge fan of. So I might get some CLK 63 black wheels, which are like this, but just a little bit bigger. They're 19-inch instead of 18-inch, and I want to get some Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's because these Sumitomo HTRZ2s Z3s actually. These are good when they're brand new, but then when they heat up, they're really not that great. They squeal a bunch, and yeah, it's just not a very good tire, at least in the noise department and also the grip department. So if we open this up, we can see, hey, look at that. It's still automatic. Well, we can fix that. But I have a diagnostic scanner right there that I've been trying to play with, and I have a laptop there trying to get a lot of this electronic stuff to work, because there's a big issue with doing a manual swap in this car, mainly because it's never been done before, and that is mainly because of the electronic nannies in this car. All the electronic systems, the ECU, the transmission control module, and the body control module, they all work together, and they don't like it when you remove one of the major components. So that's going to be a very creative solution, and hopefully I can get that to work. In addition to that, I'm going to make a custom exhaust. This exhaust does not look very good, and it definitely doesn't sound very good. This is very, very muted. It is completely stock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have headers back, and then just a straight section with a resonator to make it sound like a supercharged monster. Well, a supercharged monster that it is. It already has a pulley. It has a pulley and a tune. So according to the manufacturer, according to VRP, they say that this engine with that pulley and tune should make around 550 crank horsepower. So I definitely believe it. It definitely makes more power. We're making around 14 psi, and that is just awesome. I also have a brand new bumper. It's actually in the back of my house. I have a new bumper, and I will be installing that because this bumper is way past it. Yeah, check this out. That's not good. It's very unbecoming of a Mercedes. So I will be cleaning all that up and also polishing these headlights. These are pretty bad. So that's that for this car. So let's go over, not to that car, but to this thing, my truck. So this is my dually, and this is the second in line for the daily duties. So when I'm not using that, I use this, and honestly, I think I use this a little bit more and a little bit heavier duty capacity because it is a Super Duty after all. So it's a 2000 Ford F350 Super Duty with dual rear wheels, and I love this thing. It's the longest truck Ford made at the time, and you can see I'm definitely utilizing this this rear section. So there's nothing really wrong with this truck at all. There's nothing that needs to be done except for maybe a little bit of body work right here, but I did have an issue with fuel pressure. The fuel pressure is reading low on my gauge. I'm not sure if it's the gauge or if it's something with the fuel pressure itself, but I will be doing a fuel pump and maybe some in-tank mods, meaning that I just clean up the tank and make sure that there's no rust or nastiness in there. Also, I have to clean off this whole yellowing situation. This is really bad because well, this is just hard water from my sprinklers. So when I had the truck sitting over here before I got the gate, the sprinklers would just blast the side of the truck, and this is just hard water from the deposits in the the minerals in the water. So this is easily taken off. It's really not that bad. You can see how dirty it is. I never washed this truck. And also coming back here, this is well, this is for me doing things that this is me doing hot boy stuff, so yeah, we'll just leave that alone. But this truck, man, I love it, and it was a great purchase. I bought it for $7,500 originally, and it has 270,000 miles now, and it has really pulled its weight, very figuratively and literally. But we're gonna go behind here, and I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. And this is really a sneak peek. This is me sort of revealing a Tavarish secret that I've had for quite a long time. What's behind this gate? Yep. Yep. Okay, fine. So here is my S500 Mercedes, and this is the plastidip job that I've had for a little while, and I wanted to see how well the plastidip is faring. So I basically just left it outside in the heat and in the rain, a lot of rain, and it's holding up very well. I am really impressed with how this turned out. Now, I can't really keep this car because I do have the S600 over there, and it doesn't really make sense sense for me to have two S-classes, especially when one is clearly better. So I am going to get rid of this in the coming weeks. So this is going to be well, I still have to do a few things to this just to make it ready for the next owner, but you guys are definitely going to like where it's going. It starts, runs, but it has a flat tire, which is kind of a bummer. I do have to pump up that tire. I think it's just a slow leak, which is hard to find. There aren't any nails in the tire, so that's good, but yeah, it definitely it definitely has been sitting for a long time. You can see that the sun has kind of baked it, but whatever, that's fine. Now, this is definitely not Tyler Hoover's Bentley, and I definitely haven't had it for the last few months, and it definitely doesn't have a problem with the rear window where the window regulator has broken, and now I have to put a piece of plastic here. Hey! Hey, buddy. How you doing? Good? All right. So this is a empty parking space where in my imagination, a 2004 Bentley Continental GT would be. So, all right, I'm gonna quit with that joke. This is the 2004 Bentley Continental GT, and I bought it from Tyler Hoover. I will be doing a more of a reveal, more of a I bought the cheapest Bentley, blah blah blah, and I really did. This is the cheapest Bentley in the country, perhaps the world. I want to show you inside. It is in really good shape, actually. So it's a little bit dirty, but everything is here. It's a really good looking car. I've always loved the look of these. I mean, everything is hand stitched. It's like real wood, and this is a real gem of a car. I can't believe I picked it up. Now it does have some issues. It does have some, actually, why isn't this window? Uh-oh. Well, I guess that's an issue. Yeah, the window's supposed to roll back up. That's gonna be fun when it rains. Okay, in any case, this car has some mechanical issues. It doesn't really run on all 12 cylinders, and it also has a problem with the turbo. Sometimes it smokes out the back, even though I've never had a problem with it smoking. Tyler has, but I have to figure this out. So this is gonna be a build for later in the year. This is gonna be built in a few months, because I do have these builds sort of staggered. I record these in advance, so look forward to seeing this on the channel. Also, in addition to that Bentley, I got this thing. This is a 1995 Dodge Viper RT10, and this was one of my favorite cars when I was growing up as a kid. I love the shape of this car. I love the fact that it was this huge 8-liter V10, and now I love the fact that I bought one and it's actually, well, you can see how rough it is. It's so rough that it doesn't even have a windshield. So I just brought this back a few days ago. A few of you will have tuned in to my live stream when I was putting this on the trailer and we had some technical difficulties, but it is home now, and check it out. Now, I will be doing a more formal reveal of this car as well in the coming months, so stay tuned for that. But what I'm thinking of doing with this car is I'm doing a tandem build. So I'm gonna be doing this and the Bentley at the same time. And here's my reasoning. This car definitely needs some body work. It is very rough around the edges. It's missing panels, and it's actually really rudimentary. But mechanically, it's 100% sorted. It's running, driving. It doesn't need an alignment, but other than that, it's very good. It has a modified exhaust. It has some modified brakes, has big brakes in the front, which is really good for this car. So this just needs cosmetic work, but the Bentley needs, well, it needs mechanical work. So mechanical and cosmetic is usually how I do a build. So I figure that I can do one of each on these, and then we'll end up with two awesome cars. Now, I want to show you around just a little bit. This is a sneak peek after all. I don't want to give away too much because I do have more videos. I have lots of videos coming up about this car. One of the cool things about this car is there's no exterior door handles at all. So what you have to do is open it up like an old truck with a broken door handle. So you open this up, and this is the Dodge Viper interior. And this is, it's pretty well sorted. I mean, everything here is, well, it's all here. I do like the color of the tan. I'm not a big tan guy, but there's a good saddle interior. It's a nice color, nice place to be. But there is a problem in that when we were driving it back on the trailer, it started raining and the rain just went everywhere. So actually, I believe, yep, there's some water, like standing water in there. So I have to take everything apart and clean it out. And there might actually be a dead animal in here. It smells pretty rank. But what I love is that this is actually, it's reminiscent of the Lamborghini Miura. And there's another Lamborghini connection as well, because this engine, actually, let me show you the engine. All right, easy does it. Wow, this is heavy. Okay, so this is the engine. 8-liter Viper V10. This is a pushrod engine, 2 valve per cylinder. Contrary to popular belief, this was not a truck engine. This was sort of based on the V10 truck engine that Dodge had, but it was cast and designed by Lamborghini. So you could say that this is a preliminary precursor to the Gallardo. This has nothing to do with the Lamborghini V10, but this was Lamborghini's first foray into the V10 market. Hey, it's Florida, and it started raining. Yay! This is all together. It starts up, runs very nicely, but there's a few things missing. I do have some panels missing here, and I need to make sure that this is running on all the 10 cylinders. I need to make sure that, even though I can hear it, but I need to make sure that the compression is good, so we're going to test all that. I know the head gaskets sometimes go on these cars, so we're going to do that, and it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of work, and hopefully a lot of tire smoke. Another thing about these tires is that these are super duper freak nasty wide. These are 335 millimeters wide, and the fronts are wide as well. These are 275 wide, which is almost as wide as my rear wheels, as my rear tires on the Lamborghini, which is just insane. So this is gonna go up on the lift for the next month or so until I come back from vacation, and hopefully I don't burn myself out. But now we get to this car, the car that is under rain, and I probably should have got to it before, but whatever, we can stand here and just admire the beautiful lines. This is my 1995 Toyota Supra SE. It is a hardtop, 5-speed, naturally aspirated, and it does not make a lot of power. I actually had it on the dyno, and you're gonna see that video coming up soon. But this is gonna be this is the next build. So it's this and then the twins over there. So this is gonna be the next build, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna show you a few of the parts that I'm gonna put on. But before I put on all those parts, I'm gonna be taking off this wrap. This is a sort of pearl matte wrap that I like the color of, and it's good from 20 feet, but once you get close to it, it's gonna be really hard to see if in the rain, but once you get really close to it, it's not very good at all. It's not a good looking wrap. There's a lot of imperfections, and I really don't like those red accents. I'm not a Miami guy. I don't like the chrome wheels, even though those chrome wheels are really dirty now. So I'm gonna get new wheels. I'm gonna get this wrap taking off. Well, I'm gonna take off the wrap, and I'm gonna have a white on carbon fiber theme, which I think is gonna look really classy with some awesome wheels, and also we're gonna get bigger brakes. So I'm gonna show you some of the parts that I got for the Supra. Now this is the BorgWarner EFR 8374 turbo. This was one of the turbos that was on my Lamborghini when I got it, and I'm gonna have this rebuilt to be used on the Supra. This is gonna be a very good welcome upgrade for the Supra, because this can make up to 750 horsepower, and that is a really good goal to have. Now, if we look up here, we see a custom twin disc clutch, and this is by a company called Collins Adapters. And Collins Adapters adapts the G37 or G35 or 350Z or 370Z transmission to the Supra. Now this is from G37. This transmission is called a JK41. It's a derivative of the CD009 that can handle a lot of power. But this is what's gonna go in my Supra because my Supra is a 5-speed, and that 5-speed cannot hold a lot of power. It is pretty much made of glass, and if you go over 400 horsepower to the wheels and you really want to drive it hard, it's gonna break. So this is definitely an upgrade. It's a huge upgrade. So Collins has sent me over a bell housing adapter kit. I'm gonna be using an A340E automatic bell housing, and we're gonna be using this adapter kit that has a internal slave cylinder. Really cool CNC stuff. Awesome stuff. So they also have a shifter. They have a trans mount. So it should be a bolt-on affair. Now, all the rest of it is, well, you can see that this is basically half of an engine. This is an intake manifold for a 2JZ GTE, so this is the turbo variant of the engine I have, and this is the GTE VVTi head. So this has, this is the latest iteration of the 2JZ, and it has VVTi, which is variable valve timing on the intake cam. So I don't know if you can see it, it's right here, it's just protruding a little bit, and you can put an intake cam on there, and it'll make all sorts of interesting things happen with power. But in addition to that, I have some BC valve springs, so I can rev to high RPMs without worrying about valve float. And I have an aftermarket fuel rail, which I have to put some 11 or 14 millimeter injectors. I can't remember which one, but this should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get started on that. What the plan with that is I'm going to have a, well, this car has 200,000 miles on it. I want to see how much a 200,000 mile engine can take as far as power. So we're going to be freshening it up. We're going to give it new bearings and all that stuff. It's going to have a new lease on life, but we're going to put this head and this intake manifold and that turbo on. And CX Racing has sent me a bunch of stuff. They sent me a manifold and exhaust and intercooler and all that stuff. So it should be a bolt-on, it should be a fast build. And when I say fast, I don't mean build in terms of how long it takes, even though that's going to be fast, but this car should be very fast indeed. So I can't wait for that. So if you guys are wondering where my Lamborghini is and what it's doing, well, yeah, so am I. So let's head to the body shop right now and see how the progress is going. Hello again, and yeah, welcome. This is the body shop. That is my Lambo. It is being worked on by the guys here at Eurocar Auto Body. Eurocar Body Shop. That's right, Eurocar Body Shop. I am not a morning person. So you guys have seen Estefania in a video on this channel before, but you haven't seen Ron. Ron is the guy working on this car. He's gonna take us around a little bit of what has been done to my Lambo. Now, it is really different from when I left it here. You see that there's a lot of primer going on here, and this used to be, well, this used to be all fire damage. So what'd you guys do? Did you guys just sand it down and primer it?
Yeah, I stripped the paint off down to where it was still some good epoxy still left on it, and then I treated it with etch primer.
Yeah.
That's not the actual 2K primer yet. That's
okay.
Just the, etch primer.
So this is an etch primer, and then after that you put a 2K primer, and then you put on the base coat and clear coat, correct?
Yeah, because you can't let the aluminum sit out open after you sand it.
Right, because then it oxidizes a little bit. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so there's a lot of markings here. Do you guys just use like a Sharpie or something?
Yeah, it's a paint pen.
Okay. Yeah, like a water-based, like a paint pen. Okay, cool. There's a lot of markings here as far as
we
what.
removed the rocker panels right here.
Yeah, the rocker panel's off.
We still have this to repair.
Yeah. So this is the old side skirt here, and you can see the extent of the damage, just where the fire happened. And yeah, this is not very good. But I think this is savable, and we're looking at this. This is the carbon fiber, yeah, carbon fiber underside, and it actually isn't horrible. We're gonna see if maybe we can sand this down and re-clear it, because I'm not sure that it goes down to the fiber. So if it doesn't, then you know, we might save some money there. But take a look at this.
The front bumper.
Yeah, the bumper is, oh, you can't even tell.
It's in primer.
Yeah, so this is all in primer?
Yes, it's prepped already for paint.
Okay, so this is prep for paint. This is the next step is paint. So that side is where the crack was, and you can look at that. You can't tell anything was broken at all. This is really, really good work. Now, if we go around to the front of the car, we can see that there's more stuff pointed out.
To sand down this to address the road chips.
Okay. Yeah.
Still have the fender and the hood to do.
Okay, so definitely have some chips up front and the gloss black. Woo!
Also, we wanted to make sure you wanted to go all the way around.
Yeah.
The gloss
Yeah.
black, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything here. Just this panel.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. This has to be addressed, and all the vents were taken out. That's really good. I also brought them some parts. I brought the rear bash bar here, and what that does is that aligns the tail lights and rear panel here. So when they put everything on, it's not going to foul. We don't want, you know, right after they paint this thing, we don't want this hitting another body panel and
ruin the paint.
yeah, and creating a scratch or something, right? Yeah. So yeah, this looks really, really good. What do you think the ETA for something like this would be?
Typically,
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Yeah.
About a month.
About a month.
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So we're gonna see how long this is gonna take. Hopefully, it can get done relatively quickly. But I am very, very happy. Really happy with how this turned out. So thank you, Estefania, as always, and thank you very much, Ron. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the video. This was an update of my garage and all my cars. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, I am gonna go on vacation in the next few weeks, and my channel is gonna change a little bit, but you guys will still get content. I'll still be posting every week, and I'm really excited to show you the videos that are coming up. So if you'd like to contact me, you can do so at The Real Tavarish. That is Instagram and Twitter, facebook.com/asktavarish, and asktavarish@gmail.com is my email, and I do read all the emails, you guys. Thank you so much for all the tips and tricks and well wishes and all that stuff. I do appreciate it, and I love talking to you guys. If you'd like to buy one of my shirts, this is the Wrench Everyday shirt, the cool 80s motif here that Andrew Howell actually made. Then you can do so in my Teespring store down below. Every single dollar goes to charity at the end of every month. I'm not sure what charity is going to be this month, but we'll find a suitable charity, and we'll just give them a nice fat check. So it goes to a good cause, and you get a cool shirt. At least I think so. But until next time, this is me telling you that on cars like this and that and all the other ones, you guys need to wrench every day.